FML. Bro, I just got done working my... It wasn't too bad. It was only a 6-hour shift. It's Starbucks. So I got my coworkers were like trying to rage bait me in the first half before my break. This drive back, I'm thinking about just like ranking every single position at Starbucks. I mean, at least I work at a franchise Starbucks. I don't even work at a real Starbucks. But like, you know, we still do a lot of the same shit. So I'm thinking I'll just rank a lot of them, a lot of positions. I don't know if there really is a best position at Starbucks. I know some people have their favorites, but like, I think it really just depends on what kind of mood you're in, and each one kind of comes with its own challenges and just, you know, stressors. Up first, we got some people's favorite, CS, or customer service. This is basically a role where you just do everything that nobody else wants to do. So you're doing dishes, you know, you're making backups for shit, you're you know, you're like restocking the bar whenever it needs it. You're also wiping down like the dining room. They call it a patio, the one I work at. Shit, World Cup notification. Basically, and you're also brewing coffee every 30 minutes or less, depending on how many types of coffee we're brewing. All right, CS, it's some people's favorite because you don't talk to people. You kind of just do shit for like 30 minutes, and I mean, I've done it a lot, and it kind of makes the time go by really fast, actually, because like you just be counting down the hours in your shift at, you know, or you be counting down the time in your shift in 30-minute intervals. So like, yeah, it kind of just be making the time fly, honestly. What sucks about CS is that it's kind of lonely, bro. Like, you're not really talking to anyone. You're kind of, I mean, except for when you're on bar asking if anyone needs any like, you know, any backup or anything restocked. This guy in front of me is going so fucking slow, bro. We're on an on-ramp. What the fuck are you doing, idiot? Anyway, yeah, kind of. The only real human interactions when you're like talking to people on bar about stuff they need. Other than that, though, I mean, you're just kind of chilling, doing your own thing, going at your own pace. At the one I work at, bro, this guy's so fucking slow. Holy shit, he's driving slow. He's going just like, bro, we're going 38 on an on ramp, bro. Come on, let's go. Pick it up a little bit. Like, I know it's a curve, but come on, use some of that gas, bro. Anyway, yeah, you're not really doing much. I mean, you're doing a lot, sorry. But it's a little lonely, you know, and it's all right. I don't know where I'd put it on a tier list or anything. All right, next up, we got I put CS in like a B tier, probably. I don't know. Up next, we got Register. Now, Register, so you're talking to a lot of people. You're talking to everyone who walks in that door, pretty much, unless they're just bumming and just sitting down. Dude, what are we doing? Oh, that's a big ass piece of debris. Holy shit. Trying to pass this guy. Oh shit, there's a fucking, is that car, bro? Oh my god, bro, I'm gonna fucking die on this road. Anyway, Register, right? You're talking to every motherfucker that walks through that door. So like, you know, I mean, it kind of makes you a social. Like you gotta be social while you're doing it, or it kind of turns you into a social person. You know, but I mean, I kind of just be going on autopilot when I'm on Register. You know, just like be asking the same questions, like, you know, do you have a you know, season pass? Do you have a pay with debit, or are you paying with card, or the Starbucks app? You know, or you know, what's a good name for the order? You know, you kind of just be going on autopilot. But Register is low-key full of just a bunch of little instances of just tiny stress. Like, you know, you're not sure if we have like the food they want, or, you know, they be just barking their orders at you. Working Register is kind of giving me some insight into how these like minimum wage job things work. Because like I think if I go to a restaurant nowadays, I will not just be barking my order at the person working the machine thingy, the register, because like it low-key takes a second to find it on the screen, you know? Like, they want like a matcha, it takes fucking forever to find that shit. they want like a latte. So sometimes with the lattes, with there's like caramel vanilla lattes, but those aren't actually on the machine. They're just on like or you just write them on the cup and just bring them up for a regular ass latte, iced latte, or whatever the hell they want. Register. Also, like the more you do it, it's fucking draining. Like I feel like I get hit with like a ray gun while I'm up there, and I get like physically aged while I'm working register. It's weird. I mean, you only do it for so long. Like it feels like I'm being like exposed to like radiation or something. Alright, up next. I mean, it's okay. I'll put it maybe like, I don't even know, bruh. Fucking B tier, but behind CS. I don't know. Alright, next up we got Cold Bar. Now this is your frappuccinos. If you don't know what a frappuccino is because you have a life and don't work at Starbucks or go to Starbucks, or I don't know, what am I even saying? If you don't know what a frappuccino is, it's basically like a milkshake but with coffee. So Cold Bar, you're making hella frappuccinos. That's all you make. You're using the blend. Oh, you're also making matcha, because matcha's made in a very similar way. Cold Bar is kind of fun because like the drinks you make are real pretty. They got like the whipped cream on them and stuff, and and plus they're kind of good drinks too. Like the caramel ribbon crunch, mocha frap. Like those are all good drinks. Usually, so at Starbucks, you get one free drink a shift, and usually I get a frap because that is like a milkshake. Like I like milkshakes, Like I don't want a hot coffee. I don't want a iced coffee. I want like a fucking strawberry milkshake. Like come on, or get a refresher, I'll get into those in a second. But Cold Bar is fun until you put too much ice in the thingy, or you forget to add the syrup or whatever, and the frap doesn't want to come out of the blender, and then so you're like shaking it, you're trying to shake it out of the blender, and then it just goes all over your hand, and now you got a sticky cup, a sticky hand, and there's shit everywhere, and you gotta clean it up, and it's just like a kind of a minor inconvenience, but it happens like maybe every one in like 6 fraps. It happens. I mean, fraps, I put fraps probably A tier, honestly. Cold Bar, A tier. Alright, next up we got Hot Bar. Hot Bar, you're making all the weird drinks that are essentially just, espresso and milk. Now, that can be like a cappuccino, it can be like a latte, it can be like a macchiato, it can be like any other stupid fucking name for the same shit, which maybe I just don't know my coffee that well, but to me, I mean a macchiato is usually made upside down, which is where you put like the syrup first and ice, then milk, then the espresso shots, right? Rather than like other way around, or I mean not even, but like different order for other stuff. And also, I know cappuccinos. Only thing I know about them is that they get more foam. So when you're foaming your milk, heating your milk up, you gotta just like put more milk in it, which put more foam in it, which is like a technique, that I don't really know that well, but I think I can probably figure it out. Hot Bar, low-key light. I mean, it was the first thing I was really trained on. It's pretty easy, and it doesn't really get backed up with like tons of orders. I mean, it has a fair amount, but like probably A tier, honestly, compared to like refreshers. The next one, refreshers. They're easy as fuck. Easiest drink you're gonna make at Starbucks. You just you put like the base, you put like the lemonade or water, you put like your fucking stupid inclusions no one likes. Put your ice, and put your coffee syrup if they want it, or your such a green tea extract or some shit. You shake it 10 times, pour it, bingo bango bongo, move on to the next one. You got like 100 to make. Refreshers, I only worked at Starbucks for like 2 months, 3 months maybe. But they're like, I think they're like a summer thing, and like whenever I'm on, they call it tea bars. You're also making teas, because I think during the non-summer season, like I think you also make a lot of teas at that bar. But I mean, people order like when it's hot out, which is like every day this summer. you know, we're fucking backed up in the refresher department. Like, there's like 100 refreshers, making like 100 refreshers. You're making a shitload of refreshers, a shitload of pink drinks, which is strawberry and fucking coconut milk, a shitload of whatever it's called, I don't know, a shitload of a lot of stuff. You know, it gets kind of draining. They're all really easy to make, but like you just be making like fucking 100 of them in like 20 minutes, and it just gets to you after a little bit. You kind of start to like, you know, wish you were doing anything else. All right, well, that's probably it for today's video. If I upload this, which I'm not sure I will. Yeah.